Right, 8 February 2025, and today I've got yet another update, and this is because of Mouvet power. So if you see this thing here, if you drink this Mouvet, you get very, very strong. You can be up and about for days and days. So get your pack of Mouvet in Harare. We're running a special now. 2 packets, one for you, one for your wife, until Valentine's Day. So rush for it. We only have 50 packs left. Yesterday was a pandemic. There was a stampede to get all these packs. And unfortunately, I was not around. I was traveling yesterday. And many of you tried to get hold of me and could not get hold of me. So today, I'll try to cover all the messages that I've got. I've got over 100 unanswered SMSs, and I'm going to answer all of them this morning. So I want to start with the events of today. So today, there's going to be a meeting in Tanzania. So that is the meeting of SADC and EAC, and Mnangagwa has already arrived in Tanzania, in Dar es Salaam. So that is Mnangagwa over there with Miss Leila Mohammed Musa, who is the Minister of Education in Tanzania. So Mnangagwa is expecting here, and he was seen off at the airport by General Chiwenga, who is currently the acting president of Zimbabwe. Every time General Chiwenga is acting president, someone is going to get buried at the National Heroes Acre, and this time it's Tinai Chigudu over here. He's going to be buried at the National Heroes Acre, and the body has already been given to the soldiers to bury. So I do not know if this burial is going to be today, but we're going to find out as we go when Tinai Chigudu is going to be buried. He was at Home Affairs. He was also at Manicaland's there as a governor, and he passed away on Wednesday. So very interesting period that we're getting into. And today I want to run through these stories very, very quickly. And then we do the community. I've got a lot of community announcements to make. I want to start with the Zimbabwe military. So the Zimbabwe military is at the center of everything that is happening right now. We're going to see the Zimbabwe military playing a key part or a key role in what is happening. And going into the next 6 months, there are going to be critical events that are going to take place. Specifically, this week, there is an order to Mnangagwa, or a warning that is been put to Mnangagwa to step down within 10 days. And those 10 days are expiring on Monday. So on Monday, Mnangagwa has been told to step down by war veterans and groups that are aligned to war veterans. So I'm displaying this for you. And this tweet is very serious. The military has been very unhappy with Mnangagwa's plan to go to 2030. And this has resulted in the press conference that you saw last week. That is 2 of them, which were supported by the military. So the military, as I said to you, was behind these press conferences. The war veterans, they play a key role in the military. And when you see them not getting arrested, that is because guys in the military are in support, or the generals are in support of what they're doing. That is why you saw the Geza was not arrested, and the other guys were not arrested. So the people leading these press conferences include Knox Chivero, Bernard Manyaza, Epison Nenji, and obviously Mdara Geza has been at the front of everything. So what these guys are doing is what is called defending the revolution. They are stopping Mnangagwa from doing what he wants to do, which is to turn Zimbabwe into his own personal kingdom. And the war veterans and the soldiers are behind all this. When I talk of soldiers, I'm talking here specifically of the generals who are also war veterans. So what has happened is, after Geza's press conference, according to my sources, after the press conference by Geza, the first one, all soldiers in Zimbabwe or specifically in Harare, their guns were taken away. So that is what I was told. And normally my sources are very, very reliable. So they said all the soldiers' guns were taken away during that period. And Chiwenga has reportedly ordered that these guns be given back to the soldiers. So the soldiers must get their guns back. And these guns have now been given back to the soldiers. But not only that, ZANU-PF was in contact with the army, which means they had a direct link to the army. They could communicate directly to the army. That link has been removed. The discussion between ZANU-PF and the army has been cut. So there's no more communication directly between ZANU-PF and the army. The army is doing their own thing through General Chiwenga. That is what my sources say. I do not have confirmation of this, but that is what my sources say. That the communication between ZANU-PF and the army is no longer happening. And what is happening is now communication through General Chiwenga, who's got many links within the army. So if you saw last week, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mugwira, went and addressed soldiers. And that is at the Zimbabwe Staff College. And I'm going to show you that video. However, after he addressed soldiers, ZBC published a video and the army has forced them to take it down. That video is gone. But lucky for me, I have that video and I'm going to show you what he said. He went there and said, Nika inowapa nevenevayo, and all those things that he was talking there. And the military no longer wants that. They no longer want politicians coming over there to address them. So let me show you the video now. And remember what we're saying now. To recap, we say that Zimbabwe soldiers, their guns were taken away during the period when there was uncertainty, when Mnangagwa had to flee to Dubai. Their guns were taken away and locked up. And General Chiwenga has now ordered that soldiers must get their guns back. They got their guns back sometime on Wednesday. That's my understanding. Wednesday or Thursday, they got their guns back. And the army is no longer directly talking to ZANU-PF. They're talking directly through General Chiwenga. So let me show you that video by Murwira, and then we'll go to the next stories.
We've codified our foreign relations and international cooperation doctrine that provides general guidelines for Zimbabwe's foreign policy based on His Excellency the President's decision on international relations in compliance with the Constitution of Zimbabwe. The doctrine is founded on parameters or points of reference that serve to guide foreign policy development and application. These include, number one, Zimbabwe is a friend to all and an enemy to none. Number two, leaving no one and no place behind. Number three, Nika inobakwa nevenevayo. Ilizwe lakiwa ngabanikazi balo. A country is built by its own people. 4, Zimbabwe is open for business. 5, Chimurenga chepfungwa umvukela wengqondo. Liberation of the mind. 6, Zimbabwe will forever be a sovereign and independent state. We are enhancing our foreign policy elements to refocus our diplomatic resources to suit Zimbabwe's ever-evolving interests. Economic diplomacy is one of the means through which we shall serve our national interests.
This guy does not know what he's talking about. So the only two things that he mentioned there that makes sense is Zimbabwe is open for business. That makes sense. I don't know about economic diplomacy. What economic diplomacy are they talking about? And what does Nika Inova have to do with foreign policy? So I'll upload this for you on our other platforms. But this video was deleted. The military ordered this video to be deleted. And the military does not want to be addressed. So Zimbabwe military does not want to be addressed by politicians. And they've cut all their links with ZANU-PF and now talking to General Chiwenga. General Chiwenga, the most senior person right now who was in the army, he is a general. So that is the man that they're talking to, General Chiwenga, and he has ordered that soldiers should get their guns back. And my understanding is that there are processes underway at the back, behind the scenes, under which you are going to see a transfer of power. So a transfer of power is going to take place in Zimbabwe, and that transfer of power is going to happen and is imminent. The next 10 days are critical, so let's watch what happens in the next 10 days. Now, let me go to the news. How many minutes have I done? 10 minutes exactly. That is what I like to do. 10 minutes on our headline. Now, I want to go to another military story. And this is very, very exciting. If you've got a child that just finished school, go to Gambakwe.com right now. So if you type Gambakwe.com, you are going to see that we've uploaded the advertisements by the Zimbabwe Air Force. So you will see that I've put, you can click there now, you will see me right now on the way, on the site. I'm live. So let me show you how you go there on Gambakwe. So you go Gambakwe.com, and once you get to the front, you see me speaking right now. I'm like right now speaking there. I'm live. You click Chiwenga and Mnangagwa on the front here. You're going to click Chiwenga and Mnangagwa, and let's see if I'm displaying this properly. Okay, I think there is, yes, there I am. So you can see on the front that I'm speaking there. At the bottom, if you scroll down, you're going to see all these pictures. And if you click this picture, you will see that the Air Force of Zimbabwe has advertised, I can say, almost 50 jobs. So there are hundreds and hundreds of jobs on Gambakwe. You can go and see these jobs here. So let's look at some of the jobs that the Air Force of Zimbabwe has advertised. Trainee pilots, infantry officers, air defense operations, chaplains, legal officers, catering officers, social workers, programmers, network and hardware engineers, database administrators, pharmacists, psychotherapists, research general nurses, ambulance technicians. There are hundreds and hundreds of jobs here, and I've put them on Gambakwe for you so that you can see these jobs. So that is the Air Force of Zimbabwe. To qualify for these jobs, you must be between the age of 22 and 30. You must have 5 O levels, including maths and English, and you must have, that is for the Thailands and SEWA attendants. You must be 18 to 22 for male, and you must be, for those who are 23 to 35, you must run for 55 minutes or less, and you have to go to these places. So let me see what places you go to. So the 9th of February, which is tomorrow, it's Marondera Showgrounds. And then on the 9th again, Ziapapa Moyo, Chegutu. And then Manicaland on the 12th, Midlands on the 12th, and then in Blawayo on the 15th, Mashingo on the 15th, Harare on 18th, and Matabeleland on 18th, Mas Central 21 February. So the recruitment is taking place in the Zimbabwe Air Force, and it's going to be amazing. Guys, you must go and work in the Air Force of Zimbabwe. I like the Air Force of Zimbabwe. I almost worked there myself. They in Ghana because, you know, they were the general Gambakwe. But Kumanya, I hate running. That's why I didn't go there. I was supposed to be a pilot at the Air Force of Zimbabwe, but the moment they say running, I said, no, I'm not going to run for anything. So that is how I didn't end up being a pilot at the Air Force of Zimbabwe. So you can go over there and check out the jobs. If you don't have those jobs, if you fail to access, you can just ask me and I'll send you the ad. But please avoid sending me messages. It's overwhelming. I'm getting hundreds and hundreds of messages and I can't get to my messages. So avoid sending me messages. Go to my website, Gambakwe.com, and look at the jobs over there. So amazing stuff. Air Force of Zimbabwe, one of the best places to work. You get free food, you get free clothes, and you get to fly an aeroplane for free. Amazing, amazing stuff. Go over there and enjoy yourself for the youngsters that are below 33 years of age. Now let's go to, I want to go to business. So I want to start with the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe. So the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe has announced that they're going to be phasing out the ZIG notes. So the ZIG notes are going to be phased out slowly because they are too few and also they are poor quality. So John Mshayabano has made the announcement. The ZIG notes are going to be phased out by the end of this year. And the ZIG must just be phased out. However, they are planning to do away with the US dollar totally. So the Zimbabwe economy is going to do away with the US dollar. Watch out for the pandemic or chaos that is going to happen under Mshayabano. I hope that the war veterans address the situation before we get there. We cannot last another month under this situation. So I hope that the war veterans deal with this, the plans by Mshayabano, the West Reserve Bank governor ever. If you put me at the Reserve Bank, I'll do better than this man. I'll be a better Reserve Bank governor than this guy. But I really take it Reserve Bank governor, because then imagine if I spend the whole day in the office. That is embarrassing. I like to be out, and I think we can build something bigger out here than bigger the Reserve Bank. But we need a better Reserve Bank governor of Zimbabwe. This guy, he makes an announcement in February and says he's going to apply the thing in December. What kind of Reserve Bank governor is that? And then let's look at other stories here. I want to quickly check out other stories. M23 did not go to Tanzania. They did not go to the meeting. So I did not get any information that M23 is attending the meeting at Tanzania of SADC and EAC. I'm going to be giving you guys updates today. A very important meeting. Many people are dying in the DRC. So I'm going to be giving you updates over there. And then Nelson Chamisa is not published. Chamisa, since Wednesday, Nelson Chamisa is not published. I think he's still enjoying his birthday. And Chamisa's team, I cannot get hold of them. I'm not able to talk to them for almost a month now. I don't know what's happening to those guys. Maybe I must try to get hold of Chibaya and see if we can talk sometime and see what is going on over there. My brother, Mambume, very, very vocal on the internet. You can go check him out. Duweko Spanda. Those are the guys who are very vocal online. Fadzai Mahere, she's been doing very, very well. You can see Fadzai is, she's got the potential, but she's got no home. Maybe I should call her and give her a home. Kuno Gambakwe. Because we need these people who are out in the public. Tendai has been speaking, Mahere has been speaking, and people like Job Scala have gone into hiding. So politically, people are almost as if they've got no one now. The war veterans have become the opposition, which is crazy and unbelievable. Now let's look at community. So I want to take you guys to community, and community is very, very interesting. The first thing is that Gambakwe is going to be introducing a runner service. So a runner service means if you want someone to pay your bills, if you want someone to supervise your workers, if you want someone to do your groceries, if you want someone to clean your house, if you want someone to check something in Bulawayo, Harare, Vic Falls, Chinhoyi, Johannesburg, Cape Town, Gambakwe is bigger, man, Yakura. So all these places, if you want someone to do a runner service for you, if you know that the people you're sending are not reliable, you're sending people to Harare and you have to keep asking, and you give them money and they don't pay, and you give them something to do and they don't do it, and you say, take photos for me and they don't do it, come to Gambakwe, WhatsApp our number. So I'm going to give you our Harare number so that you can phone my office, 775-900-577. That is Gambakwe number. That is my office in Harare here. If you WhatsApp that number and you say, I want a runner to help me with something. So let's say your builders say, and you want someone to check something for you, WhatsApp that number. That's my office in Harare, and we'll make sure that is done for you. If you want someone to buy groceries for your mom and people don't buy, you want them to buy a bed, you want them to check something, WhatsApp that number, and I'll help you guys with my people in my office. They're going to come and help you to do everything. That is Harare, Bulawayo, Vic Falls, what is this place? I keep forgetting the last place, which is my favorite place. and I don't even know why I said Chinua. It's Kariba. So Kariba, over there, you can go and get someone to assist you. And also, obviously, Johannesburg and Cape Town, we can have runners for you. These are all my offices around here. And then obviously, we have Victoria Falls. If you have received my offer, you need to now make your payment. We now need to establish our office. So the first thing we're going to do is to establish the office. The first year, we're going to do the mall. We're going to build a mall. And you are going to own part of that mall. $1,000, that's all you have to pay as a deposit, $300 a month for 24 months. At the end of 24 months, you're going to get yourself a unit, and that is only for people in the diaspora, Zimbabweans in the diaspora. And I would like to thank everyone who's paid. You're going to get your contracts very, very soon. So this is after 24 months, and the material that is approved is the wooden material that I'm showing you here. Our panels are not yet approved in Zimbabwe. So many of you may not understand what I mean when I say panels are not approved. You see behind me, there's a wall. If this house just falls on me, the person who built this wall will be in trouble. So, because these panels are a new material, they need to be approved by the Standard Association of Zimbabwe. So this hasn't happened. So we're going to be using the wooden material. To build this house is 120,000 rands. So the quotation, including toilets and bathrooms, everything, is 120,000 rands, which is $6,000, including delivery. So our carpenter will come to your house, come with the material, and they'll build. However, if you want your house to be built somewhere else, let's say you want to have this house at Matopo. The distance to Matopo is different from the distance from Victoria Falls. So there will be a charge for the delivery. And you will never have a better situation. So let's say you're in UK, someone goes and does this for you. When you arrive with the family, you just go in your house and you put your bed and whatever and you sleep. If you want to put it in a tourist resort, our carpenter will come and build this for you. And in a week, you'll be able to do Airbnb, you'll be able to get money from this. So property is how you make money. It's very, very important for you to consider this. So join this scheme. Unfortunately, we've had to close our online form. So if you want to join, now you have to WhatsApp me. We are no longer taking applications through the form. We've got more than 1,500 people who have filled the form online. So you can WhatsApp me on that number only if you're in the diaspora. And out of the demand that we've had, there's so much demand. We're now going to do a project in Harare instead of Victoria Falls for the local guys. The feedback we got was that the guys in Harare want a house, not the guys in Vic Falls. So people don't want the house in Vic Falls, they want the house in Harare. So I'm working with some people who have secured land in Harare. And within a short space of time, I'll let you guys know where to fill your form. If you live in Harare and you want to become part of a housing scheme, which we're going to do almost 1,000 houses in Harare, I'll let you guys know when we're going to do this within a short space of time. And I'm going to be in Harare very soon. Nezuru, my plan was going to Mnangagwa in Tanzania. I was planning to surprise Mnangagwa in Tanzania, but I got busy with something else and I never managed to. So what I'm going to do is one day, when Mnangagwa travels out of Zimbabwe, I'm going to go to the place where Mnangagwa is going to be, and I'm going to talk to him over there. Tione kuti chi chiri kuitika nemudhara uyu Mnangagwa. Have you seen that? I haven't said Mnangagwa ari kuraya vanhu nenzara in almost a month. That's crazy, man. It means kuti my focus is now on something else, and that is the war veterans. I've spent so much time talking about the war vets. I haven't even talked about Mnangagwa, ari kuraya vanhu nenzara. And anyway, you can all see it. When I was telling you in the beginning, most of you didn't see it. That is because I tell you something before it happens. I don't worry about something after it has happened. Now, let's go to the Herald newspaper very quickly, and I'll show you what the newspaper is saying before I end. I hope that some of you guys are watching me on my website. It's crazy because watching me on the website is the best way to watch Gambakwe. Right. DRC crisis, SADC and EAC. Sorry, I didn't display. Okay. I want to quickly go through this story so that I don't get lost. That's crazy. I can't see my story. Okay, there. DRC crisis, SADC and EAC peace breakthrough. So that is Mnangagwa arriving there with the Zanzibar Education Minister, Miss Lila Mohamed Musa. I've shown you this picture from another angle. And then obviously we've got other stories here. Let's see what's on page 2. Mabo Chinomona. She says Mnangagwa must go to 2030. And I'm going to show you the video on our other platforms. So almost everyone now has said Mnangagwa must go to 2030. All the 10 provinces, all the Women's League, Youth League, except for the war veterans, they've said Mnangagwa must go to 2030. So let's see what happens. And then female base commander rise shows women can thrive, achieve dreams. Mother when he was talking, I could not believe it. Mother guys, should I put the video for you of this mother speaking, who is the new Air Force commander? Sorry, Air Commodore Chiwenga. So Air Commodore Ellen Chiwenga with Ndara Njede and their predecessor Nicholas Nyati at the handover ceremony. So there's been a change of command at the Air Force here. She's now in charge, the lady on the right, and I'll show you a video of her speaking. You enjoy what she was doing over there. I cannot believe it. It's unbelievable. And then what I just told you, RBZ is going to be introducing new notes, and they say that the problems facing OK Zimbabwe are because of poor management at OK. So guys, let me tell you about OK Zimbabwe. I worked at OK Zimbabwe when OK just left Delta. So Delta was the biggest conglomerate in Zimbabwe, and OK Zimbabwe was in there. Sorry, maybe I'm saying Delta. It's not Delta. Let me type Delta here because it's been long. So Delta Corporation used to have big companies in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe used to be like South Africa. Okay, I think I'm wrong. Because Delta Corporation is the leading innovator in beverage and agro. What. So it's not Delta. I don't know what it was called. But I know that there was some sort of conglomerate where all the companies were owned by one company, and OK Zimbabwe and Delta were part of them. So OK Zimbabwe had a management training scheme. Firstly, you had to get interviews to get in. And they did a psychometric assessment. They gave you some tests. And then they would put you in the area where you are a specialist. The managers at OK were some of the top managers in Zimbabwe. And I happened to go through that process, the interview process. And also eventually I worked at OK Zimbabwe as a system administrator and system analyst over there. And what the Mshawan is saying is that the problem at OK is because of poor management. And I don't agree with him, because these guys are forced to sell in ZiG when other people are selling in dollars. So what someone who works on the street does, they'll just walk in the morning and they'll buy all the drinks in ZiG. And then they go outside and sell them in dollars. So Mshawan is wrong. And Mshawan must be ashamed of himself. OK Zimbabwe had the best managers and the best canteen. And there was Americans, OK money, Kama Mombe. Whitey, you could borrow 10% of your salary. And I bought my first fridge, my first bed, my first sofas. I had like the most amazing sofas that I bought. And then my fridge, when they repossess people's fridges, you just go in there and you get it. And so these companies are not Mickey Mouse companies. OK Zimbabwe was then bought by Investec of South Africa. So Investec of South Africa invested millions into OK Zimbabwe. And now Tagwire is going to buy OK Zimbabwe. That is what they're planning to do. They're planning to give that company to Tagwire. And you see that the retail sector owned by Mnangagwa The mining sector will be owned by Mnangagwa. The banking sector will be owned by Mnangagwa. And it's a troublous situation. So these are some of the things that when I'm talking about, I get a bit unhappy because the people that are supposed to provide with solutions, they don't know what they're doing. Mushavan doesn't know what he's doing. What we need in Zimbabwe is to increase productivity. How do you increase productivity? Money must move fast. So money that is in Victoria Falls must quickly go to Harare and must quickly go to Nyanga. It must quickly go all over the place. In Zimbabwe, our money is stagnant. It doesn't move. So you need to connect the country rapidly. So when you talk of high-speed rail, Mnangagwa just talks and then he forgets. They don't make any effort. And then after that, you talk about electronic payments. They don't know what to do. They don't know what is electronic payments. Mukuru is ready right now as I speak. Mukuru is ready to do electronic payments so that when you're in your house, you can pay for goods online and you can have delivery services and you can have Uber and you can have all those things. They're not kept possible in Zimbabwe, so you don't have money. And anyway, who is coming to Zimbabwe right now? Tourists are not coming to Zimbabwe, which is crazy and unbelievable. The country is so beautiful, but there's no roads. So your infrastructure is bad. And Mnangagwa is just sitting there with no plan. I've laid out the plan now. If Mnangagwa just does what I'm saying now, he would have run this country properly and there'll be no shortages. You see all those people outside who are selling outside your shop. If you have a proper economy, they will walk away by themselves. They won't be able to sell and sell in front of your shop. And honestly, this guy can't lie to people in this manner. Then before I go, there is a loan company in Zimbabwe. So if you go to Newsday, there is a loan company called Zim Loans, which is trending in Zimbabwe because they are giving loans of between $9 and $30 and $100. So that's my number there. I didn't apply for the loan, guys. I just put it there. So this money, if let's say you want $9 to buy beer or groceries, you can borrow and then you give it back with $3. So you don't have to borrow $10 from someone anymore. So you enter your number. So it's zimquick.com. Quick loan, Zim quick loan. Okay, let me show you the what do you call that thing? Because I'm sharing it here. I want to show you the actual URL. So it's called zimloan.com, right? So if you go to zimloan.com and you're broke that day, so let's say your friend, you are a girl and you go to Harare and the boy who said come to Harare doesn't have money. You go there. Guys, don't go to this thing and borrow now. I'm just showing you the place. So once you go there, you'll be able to put your number here. And immediately, cash will jump into your bank account with no checks, like nothing. Cash will jump into EcoNet, into EcoWallet. And then after a week, you must pay it back with the $3 on top. So this is a praise and you but nothing, and you're getting paid next week. So many people are doing this and they don't check, they don't do credit check, they don't do anything. You just have to put a friend's number and then the friend will be called if you don't pay. So what is happening is that a lot of students, according to that article in the Newsday, are borrowing money from here, and some people are doing it every Friday. They buy beer on Friday and by Sunday, they pay it back, or when their mother give them money, students especially, then pay it back. So that's amazing. And it's something that is happening and trending in Zimbabwe. And then let me see if the Chronicle newspaper of Zimbabwe is published. Chronicle Zimbabwe. Chronicle newspaper. Right, Chronicle Zimbabwe is published. And I was trying to get hold of Andy Hodges here. I said, Andy Hodges, come and see me. And he's not answering. Let me see if I get his wife. Then we can talk. Because I want Andy Hodges to come here and we can do business together. We can talk together ndombo dzava knows nose brigade achitaura panapa. SADC and EAC unite to restore stability. That's Mnangagwa and the minister of Zanzibar. I've never been to Zanzibar, guys. Who wants to take me to Zanzibar? Headmaster clocks 51 years at Nguchen Hospital. So headmaster, they say the rule life begins at 40, but for 91-year-old Nguchen Central Hospital patient, whom staff have called named headmaster, he has been there for 51 years. So someone has been at Nguchen Hospital for 51 years. This guy is not mad. If you are doing Nguchen for 51 years, you're not mad. You're just enjoying the free lunch and dinner. You guys know the psychiatric hospital in Zimbabwe called Nguchen. So someone has apparently been there for 51 years. I blame the doctors. There's no way someone can be over there for 51 years. That is crazy. But I think, guys, we've covered everything that I wanted to cover. Let's recap and then look at the comments. And thank you very much, all of you, for your support. The way that Gambakwe is getting support, it's amazing. And what I've seen is that a huge number of people have come on the internet. So I can estimate that there's a new 100,000 people in Zimbabwe on the internet from the raw areas. So Chamisa, if you're watching me, don't lose the opportunity to capture the raw vote. Chamisa, we want you to do well, but we want you to be like Sekuru Vena. That's what we want you to be like. We want you to show your face every day. We want you to kick and dance on the stage. And we want you to show us that there is a future ahead of us. So please, Chamisa, do well and let the young people see you very, very often. It's so hurting. Money from Victoria Falls to Nyanga for development. This thing of centralizing is totally rubbish and nonsense. One day is one day. I tell you, you're correct. The country of Zimbabwe and the country of South Africa are the same. The difference is in South Africa and in Kenya, there's electronic payment. The reason why you are working where you're working is because you want someone to sleep, you want a car, and you want your children to go to school. All those things are there in Zimbabwe. The problem is in Zimbabwe, it's not planned. It's like someone came and put everything together, like they just put everything like Kamana, Kasga Gonkuaka, Mnangagwa is just dumped everything together. There's no order. So what you need in Zimbabwe is to make the country so connected that, let's say I'm at Kariba right now, I should be able to get to Victoria Falls within an hour or two. That makes money move, and I can put my house anywhere in between. If I'm in Harare, Chegutu must be a 30-minute trip. If I'm in Harare, Mutare should be a 1-hour trip. And it must be reliable. I must jump into the train and I'm over there. And it should be quick. But Mnangagwa will never be able to do it. He's got no plan. And the war veterans, I hope that they listen. When they do take over, they must listen so that us young people can show them how to do it. I have worked in Zimbabwe, railways, manufacturing, retail, banking, consulting. In South Africa here, I've audited 20 of the JSE companies, the banks, the manufacturing, all those companies. I've worked in many, many countries, United States, UK, Netherlands, Austria, all these countries. And I'm just one person. There are many, many Zimbabweans out here who have done a lot in many different countries. And those skills are not coming to Zimbabwe. That is what Geza was talking about. Kuti, anyone who has done anything is left. And Mnangagwa is not inviting these people back. Our country is an embarrassment for no reason. So there is a lot to be done. And that is what we need to do. We need people to push to make our country a better country and not what is happening now. Because we're capable and we have everything. I don't know why people are not doing anything. Then Mkoma Denmo Katan says, Gambakwe, it's another project. Musangano. Mkoma Denmo, Mchawana Kuti, there's no more Musangano. There are no more parties. Chamisa was correct. There is no more political parties What is left is how to organize ourselves. If you still think of a party, that would be crazy. Mkoma Tavanze is running needed in Nebarwe, Gambakwe media. Yes, Nebarwe Primary School, my school that I attended when I was a child from grade 1 to grade 6, Nebarwe Primary School. I was the debating club chairman, chair with SADC. That was me there by Nebarwe. I had never seen a TV, I had never seen a radio, and I was still the chairman of the debating club there by Nebarwe Primary School. Where can I get to Johannesburg? WhatsApp me on my number. We're getting extra stock today for the special. So WhatsApp that number. Right, let's recap. We've said Zimbabwe soldiers had their guns taken away after Geza made his speech. So over the past 3 weeks, Zimbabwe soldiers had their guns taken away. And now, General Chiwenga, who is the acting president, now, because Mnangagwa is in Tanzania, has ordered that Zimbabwe soldiers be given their guns back, according to my sources. So General Chiwenga, now the most powerful man and the contact point between ZANU-PF and the army. So the army is no longer talking directly to ZANU-PF, they're talking through General Chiwenga, according to my sources. And General Chiwenga, just on the verge of taking over. We're going to see at the next funeral, because as I said, every time General Chiwenga is acting president, someone is going to be buried. And this guy is next. Tonight Gudu is going to be buried. I'm not sure when this burial is. I think we should actually check that because it's important for me to say when tonight Gudu is going to be buried. Let's look at Herald newspaper. Did they say when he's going to be buried? So let's look at Herald Zimbabwe and see if they have said. And as I've said, guys, if you know anyone, just tell him Guti, Gafone, Arege Gugara, Ipapo, he's a very talented guy. We don't want him to be lost. Right? I want to say, so this story says here, let's present that story for you guys to see, because we want to see when he's going to get buried. I'm not sure what is happening. This story is not clear. Maybe Mnangagwa wants to come back and bury himself. So let's see if they've said when he's going to get buried, because I saw the body going to the Air Force. So it means he should have been buried already by today. So I don't know what's happening over there. Former ZANU-PF provincial chairperson from Manicaland and career civil servant, Comrade Tinai Elisha Gudu, who died on Wednesday, has been declared a national hero for his contribution to the country before and after independence. So let's see if there's a date of burial here. I'm not seeing a date of burial. So I will check it out and I'll put it on Gambakwe and I'll share it with you guys if I get a date of burial and see if Chiwenga is the one who's going to bury Tinai Gudu. So Zimbabwe soldiers have got their guns back, and we've got a situation where the army has said they're not going to talk directly to ZANU-PF, and they've deleted a video that I showed you here of Muruwira speaking to the army this week. So that has been deleted by the army. They've been ordered to delete that video, and I'm going to show you that video again.
We've codified our foreign relations and international cooperation doctrine that provides general guidelines for Zimbabwe's foreign policy based on His Excellency, the President's decision on international relations in compliance with the Constitution of Zimbabwe. The doctrine is founded on parameters or points of reference that serve to guide foreign policy development and application. These include, number one, Zimbabwe is a friend to all and an enemy to none. Number two, leaving no one and no place behind. Number three, nyika inobakwa nevene vayo, ilizwe lakiwa ngabanikazi balo, a country is built by its own people. 4, Zimbabwe is open for business. 5, chimurenga chepfungwa umvukela wengqondo, liberation of the mind. 6, Zimbabwe will forever be a sovereign and independent state. We are enhancing our foreign policy elements to refocus our diplomatic resources to suit Zimbabwe's ever-evolving interests. Economic diplomacy is one of the means through which we shall serve our national interests.
Leaving no one, no place behind. How is that foreign policy? This man doesn't know what he's doing. He's very confused. And I saw him in Tanzania. I hope that it doesn't spread his confusion over there. Now, the honey, if you're in Bulawayo, honey and ginger, you get this pack on Valentine's Day, for Valentine's special. It has arrived. Go over there and get a pack for yourself. Only in Bulawayo. This thing is really dangerous. If you don't know something, knows double kick, buy that thing and put on and you understand what is double kick. Zwakutoda analulu is. And then obviously Harare got 2 for 1. So let me explain to you, Kuti, what does Mve do for your wife? Let's say your wife is like this. Mve, you make your wife like this. Like very heavy and nice. And the skin will be much, much better than it is right now. So give your wife Mve for 1 month, but don't give a tablespoon. Your wife must only take a teaspoon in the morning in boiling water and a teaspoon in the evening, because she will not manage it. It's very powerful. So in Harare, we're giving a special 1 packet of 200 gram Mve. You buy and you get a free one for your wife. Same to the UK. 1 packet you buy, you get 1 free. And that is only until Friday, the 14th, which is Valentine's Day. Guys, I'm not repeating this special. If you don't buy now, it's over. So I would like to thank all of you for watching. Let's watch what happens over there in Tanzania. And let me check if the guys in DRC have WhatsApp me. We've got guys on the ground in DRC. So they normally WhatsApp me when I'm sleeping. And then I wake up and check. So Mkoma, who hasn't published, he says, Guti, they are stuck in Goma because there's no way of getting out of Goma. So they've been in Goma because there are no flights. And basically, all the Zimbabweans who are in Goma are stuck right now. And many of the guys are watching me. I know it because I talk to them a lot on a daily basis. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching.